forget when Dad came out of Mom's closet with a pair of scissors. I was literally 6 years old. I was 6 years old. Dad
Oh
came
my
out
God,
of
I
Mom's
remember
closet.
this.
Dad came out of Mom's closet with a pair of scissors. I was like, Dad, what happened? Like, why do you have those scissors? And he was cutting up Mom's shirt.
Because it was a really horrible shirt.
Hello, namaste. Welcome to the Zarna Garg family podcast. So excited to have all 5 Gargs in the house. And today's episode is going to be a fighting, fiery, feisty episode. Let's get right into it. All 5 Gargs are going to be here. My husband of 25 years, 26 years, Shalab Garg, Wall Street veteran. My daughter who's just finishing college, Zoya Garg. My son, Brij, who just finished freshman year in college. And Veer Garg, my middle schooler. We're all in the house. And this episode is about pet peeves within the family. Things that irritate us about each other, things that we can't stand, things that we wish we could change, but we just cannot handle. So, who wants to kick off this episode?
I want to kick off the episode.
Yes.
One of my main pet peeves is Mom. When we get into arguments, sometimes you go on 8 different tangents that aren't what we're arguing about, and you bring in that whatever this happened yesterday.
Yes,
and it's
that
just
is so true.
it's so much to deal
She's
with,
done
and it's just
this
like
with me as well. Like we're talking about one specific issue, and you can easily just focus on that, and it becomes about all kinds of behavioral patterns and all kinds of
Yeah.
things from the past that have nothing to do with that one topic.
Oh, and then my other one is also kind of you, Mom.
What are you talking about? What? That's not what this episode is about. How do you hate your mom?
No,
it's
it's
about
just
pet
pet
peeves.
peeves. The other one is that it's about all of you guys. When you guys give me short notices on coming to place and act like my time isn't important just because I'm younger, like I still want to be able to do the things that I do. And it's like yesterday, I did not get any notice. They started screaming at me. I was hanging out with somebody. They're screaming at me like, we told you. But I never sent me the text I was meant to go through. It was 7:05. I was nowhere near home, and I was expected to be home by 7:15. It's just ridiculous. And it's just like, when I get no notice and then I'm screamed at for not being ready on time, if you guys wake me up at 11 and expect me to be ready at 11:05, it's just ridiculous.
I never do that to you. I don't know.
You
who's
do that to
doing
him.
you.
You
all
did
the
that
time.
just last night. He just
I
explained.
Literally
No,
last night.
Brij was supposed to send him a text, and then Brij, I don't know, there was an intelligence failure somewhere in the guard chain. It wasn't me for sure.
Okay.
My
I
pet
am-
peeve
I-
with Zoya is when, discussion around money and she just acts like she's like a 10-year-old and doesn't understand credit cards and doesn't understand this and doesn't understand that and doesn't understand taxes, even though she's like the most intelligent person that I know of in my life. Yet, when it comes,
I have an issue of not doing enough administrative work. I do.
okay.
I do.
And then, talks about taxes as if it's such a unique concept or anything with respect to money. And she becomes like this, literally a 10-year-old child.
Shalab, you cried the first time you paid taxes.
I'm not saying that it's about the logic of
It's
tax.
a
I'm saying
rite
about
of
money.
passage.
I know
Everybody is
it's
shocked.
not. See, this is
We
exactly.
have years of being shocked about taxes. Like,
I'm-
why?
Again, I'm not talking about taxes specifically. I'm talking about money in general. This includes credit cards. This includes anything to do with money.
I think I have a right to be overwhelmed by the terminology and vocabulary and everything about money, for sure. I do agree with you that I have issues of, okay, I need to just spend this hour on the phone call, on the customer service line, focused on whatever is going on with the credit card, something of the sort. However, I do agree with Mom that I disagree with this pet peeve because I think this emotional reaction is a rite of passage.
I mean, I think that everybody at a certain age, early years, they're overwhelmed by money. They don't understand credit cards. I mean, I don't understand my credit card bill. I'll be honest with you. I think the bill is designed to confuse the shit out of people, including me. The pages and pages, and I never feels like I hit account balance zero, even though I pay it off every month. Every month I pay it off, and every month I've never seen account balance zero. I don't know how that happens. It's like we're charging, we're not charging. Sometimes I'll put my card away because I just want to see account balance zero, and I've never seen it in all these years. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
No, yeah, I feel the same way.
I actually have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about. Like, if you make your statement balance and you pay it off, right?
Mhm.
All of it, whatever they say, you
I
do.
mean, it must be that you're charging some new things. That's why the balance grew
That's the
again.
thing, that even when I
No.
put my card away and charge nothing, somehow there's always charges that are the charge that I made 2 months ago is showing up now because it was on hold, and it was the situation is designed to confuse you. There's no question to
Yeah.
me about that. And you have to work hard to stay on top of it and not be confused. Whereas it could have been another state of the world where it's designed to be easy and you understand it easily. And I
For
don't think that
sure.
that's where we are.
Hmm. Okay.
But I have,
Anyway,
yeah, many pet peeves. I mean, the whole episode could just be me talking.
all
I
right.
Sharon,
have a
what's
pet
your pet
peeve.
peeve?
I
I
just
have a
talked about
pet
a
peeve.
pet peeve with Zoya, so let her go now.
Okay, Zoya, what's your pet peeve?
One pet peeve I have with you, Mom. This is very
Again, me?
small. No, I have more to go with everybody else. It was just that it reminded me because Veer was on it. Okay.
Okay.
I really don't like that when we're on the phone, I know when you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
It makes
Yeah.
me
Or just in life.
so annoyed. I'm like, I'll be telling you something. I'll be telling you something that I think is so important, and you will be scrolling Instagram reels and laughing. And it'll be like, oh my god, I made her laugh. But then you'll be sending me the Instagram reel in the middle of our call. I'm like, wait.
That's true. That's true. But Zoya, you go on and on about my friend this and my other friend that. I don't care. I don't care. I am not that Indian auntie who gives any damn about what anybody's kid is doing and not doing. They're making money, they're dating, they're not dating. I have no interest. But you like to talk about, you call and you go on and on and on and on, and at some point people are gonna check out.
Yeah,
Well,
you
Veer
do
never
talk a
checks
lot,
out
Zoya.
on
That's
me.
true. Like your
Veer
conversation
has
about.
never checked out on me.
No,
Brij,
but
my
Veer
pet peeve
doesn't
with
become.
Brij, he's not here yet. I'm gonna yell at him already, but he's gonna come. He doesn't reply to text messages.
Yeah, no, or
Like,
calls.
what is the point
Nothing.
of having a
Yeah, he
phone
does
if
not
you do not
respond to text
reply?
messages. Mhm.
Yeah, no, that is true. That is an
Mhm.
issue with Bridge. For
Another
sure.
pet peeve I have is with family counselings or whatever you want to call it, is when people are over or we're over at another person's house and they're overstaying or we're overstaying for no reason. It's just towards the end, everything's just gotten dry and it's just like very like push, 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 and it's just nothing's happening and we just have to stay there for company and it's just no other reason. And then I asked to leave and then you look at me like I'm crazy just for wanting to not be there and wanting to have some alone time when it's just
And
we're there for no reason.
when you ask, it's been 4 hours. It's already been 4 hours.
What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. Like we had a
You don't
party or
even
something.
understand, Dad. Oh. This episode is a meme episode.
I'm just dying. The thing is that you're stuck between two extremes because your dad checks out in 30 minutes and I'm still going 5 hours later talking to people and feeding them still. And somewhere in the middle, you guys are like, when is this gonna end?
Oh, and then it's also when we're hanging out and then 100 other people come that I have to meet that are just not associated with the people we're meeting at all.
People are trying to be welcome, Bridge. Welcome.
Good job.
But people are being social. Like that's how people hang out and be social with each other. Like they come and they visit. They like, people like to come to our house. Is that a bad thing?
Yeah, no, I understand that, but it
But you
just
can't just say to them, "All right, we're
Oh,
done
that's my
talking, so
pet
get
peeve
out
too, by
now."
the way. It's okay to invite people, but you order for an army. For 5 people, you will order food for 50 people, which will then go all to waste. I
so
don't
bad.
get it.
Yeah.
Like, why? What's the reason behind it? What if the food runs out? What is so bad about it?
Yeah, right. So invite people and say, "I'm sorry, it just ran out."
Yeah,
Didi, you should
just
tell
ran
Blaine
out.
what your pet peeve
That's
for
like
him is.
literally imagining her saying that to our guests. The food ran out. Oh my god.
Or not saying anything. They will just go a little hungry. What's the big deal?
No.
You'll never hear those words come out of mom's mouth.
You'll never. Oh my
But
God.
okay, so what's the reason to order for 3 times or 4 times as many people as their guests?
See, people who don't do any hosting and don't do any planning have that opinion usually.
Mhm.
Because if you host and if you plan, you understand the overages you have to account for. when you're having people over, and trying to make it like a warm, congenial atmosphere where people are not fighting over the buffet table to get every last bite because there's just not enough to go around. We're not creating the Hunger Games in our house here. This is meant to be a chill hangout where you can eat and drink and relax. Otherwise, why have people at all? But
Brij,
you
do you
could
want to
just ask,
respond?
why have people at all? Then you don't have to order for anybody.
Do you want to respond to an earlier pet peeve that was brought up from all of us about how you don't respond to your texts or phone calls just by having a
Yes,
very
Yeah,
Brij,
offensive
they
Brij.
said
phone?
that was your that. I don't have that experience with Brij, but it seems Brij, Veer,
I
and
have that experience too. He never responds to his
He
text.
just only responds to mom's messages.
Yeah, what is up? What's that?
I am out here fighting wars, telling people, helping myself, getting money, getting traction, making myself available and more prominent as a member in society. I don't have time to respond to every text or call that I
What
get
kind of
from
explanation is
people that is
What?
not urgent violence. I am fighting war.
what?
Is
war
it
are you
that hard to
fighting?
text? Is it that hard to text? I can't text right now. I'll call you later. Is it that
It
hard?
is that hard. Sometimes they'll text me and I'll be in the middle of a battle or I'll be in the middle of a conference room in the war room, drawing up ideas, talking to new people.
What
doing
war
different
room are
things.
you talking about?
What? You sound like Napoleon. What is going on?
The war room of my dorm room or doing different things. I'm always out there strategizing, speaking to people, getting things done, doing pitches, networking. It's impossible to be able to catch up with
Brij?
every single person in society.
Brij, I know you can carve out time in your day to talk to your only brother and your only sister and see what's happening in their life.
Yeah.
That
And I
is
do
part
it.
of the war.
We
You have no
this
one
is
on your
such
side
an
right now. You are
exaggeration.
fighting this
We
war
call-
on an island
Hold
by
on.
yourself
Mom,
because
do I
we've
not speak to
departed.
you? Mom, do I not speak to you like often during college?
Dude,
All
Okay,
the
what about us two? Are you just
What
gonna
about
forget
this?
about us?
Why are you
All
talking
the
about
time.
all the
I
time.
speak
But
to
he
everyone.
talks to me because we are talking strategy constantly, Bridget.
When I call him, he does pick up. That's true. When I do
Yeah.
call him, he picks
I
up.
call every single person, and if we look through the text that me and Veer have, if you see what he's texting me, you wouldn't want to respond to that. I text
Okay, but that's
no matter
different. That's
what the
so
content is.
different. So
And
different.
I call every single person in this podcast. I call them all often and
Brij,
with
in
intention.
my
to speak to
entire
them.
full year of you being in college, you have not called me on the phone once.
That's not true. These are
Once.
lies. These are lies.
You
These are
have
lies.
not called
Wait, is that
me
actually
once.
true?
He has not
No,
called me
it's
once.
not true.
Every
It's actually
call
not
we've
true.
had has been initiated by me.
That's not true.
That's
Hey,
ridiculous.
look at his blushing.
I text.
Look at his
I
blushing.
text in.
No,
I
Bridge
text in the
has a
WhatsApp
habit of
chat
saying
often.
anybody around for a call in
Yeah,
the family
I
chat.
say that
He'll
all
be
the
like,
time
"Is
in the
anybody-"
family
said
chat.
that
Anybody
once.
around for their call.
I just realized I don't have a pet peeve with Veer at all, a single one. Does anybody else have a pet peeve with Veer?
I have a couple.
No, if you say it, I'm gonna crash out. I promise you, I'm gonna crash out if you
What
say
is
what
it?
I think
What
you're gonna
is
say.
it? What is it?
One, he's
gonna-
too much of a neat freak. That's the first thing. It is the
Of
first.
course.
How can that be a
That's
pet peeve?
good
Somebody
thing.
wants to be
That's a
clean.
good thing. He
No.
cleans it.
Wanting to be clean is different than how much he wants to be clean. He's way too much, way too
Okay,
strict.
explain where my boundaries are. What my boundaries is not having water all over the floor of the bathroom. Is that how much of a neat freak I am?
Bro,
Okay, tell us, Bridge. He's right. Explain.
I
What do
really-
you define as neat freak?
You can't. His room is like torture being in there. Everything has to be done his way. You can't have any shoes near his like carpet or anywhere around his room. You can't drop things. You can't leave a crumb on any desk or any single place.
Why is
You
that
have-
neat
every
freak?
candle has to be lit. He has like
No.
he has, like,
Okay, now
5
you're
different colognes
exaggerating. Now
and
you're
different
exaggerating.
all over
Okay,
his desk.
You're
He can't
no,
use
no,
his
no,
two
no.
colognes, even though he has like 800 colognes. So
You're
it's
taking
just,
it to an
his
extreme.
cologne.
You're taking it to an
He
extreme.
steals all of my clothes and organizes them into his closet. It's tired of this. It's too much.
Okay.
What's the second one? You said there were two
Okay.
pet peeves.
I no way more than 2, but we can get into the second one. 2, he's too much of a negotiator, and not everything needs to be a negotiation.
Yes!
He negotiates every single thing, whether it's small or big. Everything must be negotiated.
Wait, like
Yeah, but
what? Can
you
you explain
guys
what that
make
means?
him play games he doesn't
Oh,
want to
yeah,
play.
facts. No.
You guys like beg him to play Catan
No,
and make him
Brij,
like
Brij
bullying
is
him into
onto
playing
something.
things.
My biggest pet peeve is me and Brij would just be trying to be amazing siblings, right? Like
No.
involve our brother
Oh,
in
what are you doing?
activities,
Oh, no, the
involve
viewers
them
are gonna think I'm evil. You guys are the evil ones here. You're flipping the story. You
No,
guys are.
hold on.
Well, I've played hours of Catan with you guys.
if two older siblings are telling a younger sibling they need to do something, in my opinion, they just need to do it. That's just how sibling hierarchy and families work. That's literally at the basic level how it works. That is what families are like. Mom, you wouldn't understand because you're the youngest child, so you
Yeah,
always have
you
your
have
little
no
like
say.
defensive.
And then if you are the one winning all the games of Catan, you have to give your siblings.
Why
the
would I
chance to
wanna-
Oh
win.
my god, that's fast.
Okay, like I don't want to play. I've said this continuously. I do not, and I remember I said I will play this one game as long as you guys do not ask me to play again. And then I won, and then you guys go, you won, now you have to play again. It's just
Yeah,
it's
you
not
have
fair to me
to.
at all. I
Just
told
let
you
him go. He
specifically.
doesn't want to play the game. My God, the poor guy is like, I don't want to play.
He doesn't want to play because he doesn't want to lose his winning streak. He has to give us opportunity.
What winning? I've had a winning streak for 3 years now. If I didn't want to lose it, I would have stopped playing by now.
I don't think he should be forced to play, but I do think everybody has to do things that they don't like to do. Like, I make you guys go to events all the time that you don't want to go to. And my pet peeve is that I have to drag you guys, and it is very annoying. Very annoying is rallying all the crowds constantly to like get ready, put your shoes on, be here, be there. It's like literally like it's like hoarding sheep. It's constant, and it's like a time drain on my head. And yeah, I could easily be like, you know what? Everybody just sit in your rooms till you all die. Would you want that?
I mean, with the two adult kids, you could do that. They have their own
Why is
responsibility.
that so binary though, Mom? Like that's just so extreme.
Because you guys don't come up, nobody comes up. I come up with interesting things. Like today, I have a job for Brij to go and work at a matchmaking convention. I'm always looking for opportunities. I made you go do it. Didn't you learn so much when you went and did it?
But I
But
wanted
you
to do
have-
it.
By the way,
I
that
just-
matchmaking guy said that he cannot find anyone for you, Zoya.
I know. He told me to. He told me to.
He
Why
said
are we
that-
talking about that on the podcast?
I'm just
There's
saying you're too
hundreds of
high
thousands of
maintenance
people.
as per him, and
I
he's
know,
the
he
expert.
said that to me. The
He-
only person he's
Oh, that's your pet peeve with her. That she's too high maintenance.
what? I'm not high maintenance at
Wait,
all.
I
I feel
will
like I've
say I
become
also
very
wanted to do
chill
this event.
recently.
What, Brij?
I didn't say anything. I'm saying Dad's pet peeve with Didi is that Dad thinks Didi is too high maintenance.
I didn't say she's high maintenance. I said
Oh.
that he said that she's high maintenance.
Oh.
I don't think Zoya is high
He
maintenance.
doesn't, of course, he's an Indian matchmaker. He thinks every woman should just shut up and sit in the kitchen, and she's not going to
He
do
does
that.
not think that.
He does
What?
think that. Those are the girls that the successful brown guys want. Everybody knows that. That he knows. He knows because they secretly tell him that we need the girl who's going to look pretty, shut up, and just stay in the background.
I mean, that's the
Nobody's
story
gonna
of
say
half
it out
all the
loud.
men in the world, not just brown men.
Yeah, so no, maybe it's true of all, but the brown dudes for sure that's what they want. And he, because he's a matchmaker and understands the secret whispers of his clients, he knows that's what.
And why
he-
is only the men his clients? The women are his clients too, right?
No, the women are his clients too, and he has this problem with a lot of women. The women want jobs, they have opinions, they have and it's gonna create problems. This is why he has a hard time making matches
Well,
because he has to tell the women like, can you hold
my
your
pet
opinions,
peeve
please?
with my parents, specifically my dad, is he won't stop bringing up the fact that I am not married at 22 years of age. What? Why is it that somehow our pods or our family conversations divulge into, so what's the status? Like, what is the status? I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that is a pet peeve of mine where it's like, I feel like I am living my best life, embracing myself and like doing my thing, and it's, where's the guy? Because that's not my whole life. I'm not defined by that.
All right, that's fair.
Can we talk about things that each other do that we like
Yeah, okay.
for a change?
Sure.
Wait, I wasn't even done going off the pet peeve. I only got to fear. Why are we transitioning to the good part?
All right, do more, Bridge.
Alrighty.
Who else pet peeves? Tell us.
I have pet peeves with everybody. I have many pet peeves with everybody.
With me?
I will say, with Mom, I don't have any pet peeves. I think that Mom,
Oh, okay. So we see what you're trying to do here.
I'm not trying to do anything. It's just the truth is, Mom is so unbelievably smart and intelligent that it is actually impossible to have a pet peeve with her, because every time I'm annoyed with her, I end up just like, most of me just wants to agree with her. And it's just in the moment I'm going to disagree with her, but I know internally that she's correct 90% of the time. So I
Yeah,
will say,
baby,
Mom, I don't
let's
have pet
go.
peeves with.
First victory for Mom in 2 years of podcasting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Other than that, I think
What's your
that
pet peeve
one.
with dad, Bridge? I want to hear. Put it out there. Put it out there. Let's go.
What about me? I want to know about me.
No, start with me. I want to know.
Okay, I think dad. A pet peeve I have with dad is that majority of the times that we go to restaurants or do anything, basically like me, you, and Veer, discluding Didi because she's at college, so most of the time it's just us three. I would say you're not as involved as like me, Veer, or Didi, or mom would ever be. I think you're a little less involved with all those like activities. You're more like secluded to your room than the rest of us, and I think that's my pet peeve with you. You know, we all like to hang out, so we would like you to also hang out with us. I thought dinner last night was a lot of fun because all of us were together and all of us were speaking and engaged. So that's my
Excuse
pet
me,
peeve with
can
you.
you just tell the audience who planned that dinner and who had to fight
Mom,
everybody? to
why
get
do you
it?
have to involve yourself with every? Okay, you know what? This is my pet peeve with mom.
It's just
This
wrong.
is
that
my pet
many
peeve with you. We are.
experiences
I
wrong.
haven't even
It's like we
finished.
should do
You
this.
don't
We
need
should
to
do that.
fight for
You
every
should not
single
put me
thank you
through
in
the
the world.
misery of putting that experience together constantly when you know it's gonna be fun in the end.
Ah.
To be fair,
Well,
I was given 10-minute notice to get ready
Oh
for that
my
dinner.
God, you
Oh
and your
my God.
notice. You're 13
Shut up with
years
the
old
notice.
and you need to be
Nobody
home all
cares
the
about
time.
the notice.
I mean,
What are you,
Veer,
the president of the United States, and you need 3
Okay,
days
but it's not
notification
ridiculous for me
before
to ask
dinner?
for a notice. Like, that's really not that crazy of an ask.
Hold on. Also, if we're gonna be realistic, you told us you were gonna be home before 8 o'clock.
I said I would be home by 8 o'clock. I did not say you were not on that phone call with me and
before
mom.
8 o'clock. I was in
No,
the room and
No,
I was listening
first
to
of
it.
all,
You said
me and
by
mom,
8 o'clock.
I told you should be home at 6 o'clock. I said,
and then
why are
I
you
said,
not
and then
home?
I said I'll be home by 8 o'clock, and you said okay.
No, first of all, because I give up. At some point, you stop negotiating with people. These kids are right. You
It's a
negotiate about
negotiator. He
you
always
are such
negotiates.
a
That's literally what I'm
negotiator.
saying. He always
Next time, when I
negotiates.
say be home by 6 o'clock, the answer should be yes, mom. Thank you. I will be home at 6 o'clock.
no, but it's true. My mom was there with us, and she had such a fantastic time too. She said several
Yeah.
times that this dinner was the highlight of her trip.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
it's very fun.
Okay.
The food is great. Everything is amazing.
The food was great. You know, the chef came over
I want to
several
know my
times.
pet peeves.
Yes, Didi.
Because, like, I'm obviously
You
perfect.
are just sometimes so unbelievably sensitive that it's just sometimes I just want to like slap you because I'm like, what are you talking about? Or like, you are so smart. I think my pet peeve with you is that you're so highly intelligent, like mom, but you don't have the confidence to support it sometimes. And that's my major pet peeve with you. And you should have that confidence because everyone knows how smart you are. So you should believe in it yourself and stop thinking about what ABC are going to think about you, what this decision is going to have, the consequences of your decisions, and start thinking, I'm so smart, my decision is going to be the correct decision.
But
Now let me
I
make
feel
that
like-
decision.
Maybe it's because I'm so self-deprecating that, like, I've always overcorrected so much that it works. Do you know what I mean?
No.
No,
No,
we have
that
Like-
doesn't
no
make
idea.
sense at all. That makes no sense.
Because, like, because I'm like, oh, like, I'm such a failure at all moments. Like, my default state is I am such a failure. So then if I can, like, overcorrect, then, like, I don't. You know what I mean?
No. This
Not
makes no
really.
I
sense.
literally have no
I
idea.
think you just need to have confidence in yourself and not look for it outside because, I mean, yoga should have taught you that, but obviously yoga teaches nobody.
Well, yoga says that you don't even need confidence and you should just be on your own and you should just, you know, like, disassociate and detach from society.
What? Oh, no, you just have
Yoga
to
doesn't believe in the capitalism that we talk about on this podcast. Let me tell you that.
Oh, except that every yoga place is out there making millions of dollars. That's extremely rich in irony, if you ask me. Do you know how much money is in the yoga industry in America right now? Like that is hilarious and only second to the absolutely hypocritical meditation industry. Do you know that when we did our book tour, can I tell you guys something? When I did these book signings, the place that swindled me most out of my book money was a meditation studio. I'm not gonna name it. I'm not gonna name it because
What do you mean
I'm not-
swindled? How?
because they sold me back my books that I had to buy back some that were left over, which is fine. That every place, you know, if 5 or 10 books are left over, it's fine. I don't want them to have to return them and all that. I buy them back. 99% of places sold me the books at the price at which they got the books because they buy books in bulk, so they get a discount on it. So they sell me, the author of my own books, at the discounted price. The one place that not only charged me full price but actually upcharged me was a meditation studio.
What was their reasoning?
No, they just were like, yeah, that's the price. They sold me my own books at retail price.
Bruh.
That's weird.
And
Sometimes
then I heard the owner of the studio give a whole long spiel about how, meditation and the betterness of inner peace and blah, blah, blah. And I literally, thank God, honestly, thank God I'm too tired to pick a fight everywhere I go.
I feel like you just
Because
did.
if I had
I
it
don't
in
think
me,
you're too tired.
like I'm too tired. I sit in airplanes that get delayed 6 hours at a time, and I'm like, you know what? Just where I wish actually that's a business. They should sell drugs in airplanes. Like relaxation drugs, not drugs. Like
Dude.
they should just sell Xanax on the airplane just to
What?
keep people calm.
Oh my god, Mom, you've been through so much in your life.
No, I mean it's like 6, 7 hours. You're just sitting there, and you gotta like remind yourself that this is the life. And so pet peeve, so many pet, and the craziest pet peeve. Let me tell you something. When I'm sitting in an airplane for hours and everybody is mad, right? In the airplane, everybody is angry, and they see me. They're like, "Oh my god, she has millions of followers." They all start coming to me, tweet about them, post about them, like get the CEO on the line. I'm like, I don't do that. I have to sit there and be like, so I'm so scared that somebody's gonna film me saying or doing something stupid, and I don't want to be the one calling out the airline. That is not what I do on my social media. And it's my pet peeve to tell people to calm down, be like, there's nothing. The last time there was a delay, a 6 7 hour delay, the reason was that the mechanic couldn't close the airplane door. What do you want me to do? What do you want us to do you want to fly with the airplane door open? Like, sit down. There's nothing to be done. Everybody just be quiet and sit down until the guy says we're clear to go. Anyway, that was not a pet peeve with the family. And then in the middle of all that, Zoya will text, Mom, my friend said this and my other friend said that.
You know
I'm like,
what? You know what? My pet peeve is that no one in this family has any appreciation for my problems.
I disagree
No
with that.
one.
I think I have appreciation for your problems.
Okay, Veer does actually. Veer's
Your problems are stupid. Let's just be honest. You have like the most dumb problems in history. They take
Yeah,
like,
they are
one
stupid
word
problems, but I
answers.
still have appreciation for them.
They are not
Stop
stupid
pleasing, bro.
problems.
Like, bro, I'm tired of this, bro. It's like there's you gave me and Mom a phone call the other day about a problem that you had that was a genuinely like the most easy solution to a problem I have ever heard in my entire life, and I couldn't believe you were on the phone call, and I was just silent in like shock that this was like actually a conversation and you're having.
What?
Like,
Now we have to know. What was it?
what was
it doesn't,
it?
it doesn't matter.
One of my close friends, one of my former close friends, her enemy wants to room with me in September. And the enemy
Okay,
is
this is
very
just like
See this, like,
how can this be a
Whatever.
problem?
The enemy of the enemy is my
enemy of
friend.
the close friend is a roommate with the person is the we're not sure if the roommate
Just
knows
like the-
other roommate. Like, what is happening? And I'm sitting in the airplane trying to like take off so I can make my job, and she's like, well, the roommate's gonna get upset about the other roommate, but then this one is good and that one's not.
Just out of
good.
curiosity, what did you decide
your
that?
timing, Mom? Did the way you
I
view
do-
events
I
in your
don't-
life
we're trying to
overlap
figure it out.
depending on how you want it to overlap? Because that call had nothing to do with when you were on an airplane. You were not on an airplane during this call. These
Yeah,
are completely mutually exclusive events that you just overlap like as if they were together.
He brings in 100 other things when she gets
She
mad.
makes it all at one time, like the whole world is collapsing on her. This is not true. This is not. These are all at different times during the year.
That's
I was
so true.
probably sitting in the airplane thinking about this whole roommate didn't like an enemy and was an ex-enemy, but now is not an enemy. What is happening? I start sometimes scrolling the messages and all when I'm sitting, and I think, oh my god, I get so frustrated at the dumb things people get caught up in, including my own kids. Veer, I do not bring up anything old with you. I don't know what you're talking about. I literally don't say anything to you.
I can't think of a specific time, but I notice it when you do it. And I'm gonna start calling it out now, just so that you see.
No, but no one needs to call anything out. I think that we all have some pet peeves with each other, and we learn to live with them or not. Like your dad and I, we don't. Oh, there are so many things I
Yeah.
can't even.
She once changed the battery of my expensive SUV. I'm not going to name the brand by using what's it called, the car
AAA.
roads by AAA, and they just randomly put a random battery into this expensive SUV and destroyed basically the whole car. When I took the
Car
car
was
back,
not working. Your expensive battery
and
was
when I
not
took
working.
that car back,
What are
to
you
the-
going to do with an
Triple
expensive
battery.
battery that doesn't
Yeah.
turn on? It's just sitting there, the battery.
That's not
What
the
am I
solution,
supposed
that
to
you
like
put a
sing
AAA battery
argument?
in a German car.
Works.
So when I took that
Why
car
would you
back, they were aghast. The car company, the service station, they said, in running that car, they said for 50 plus years, they've never seen this problem come before. That somebody just took a AAA battery
Let me
into that
just
car.
say that the way the car reached the station and went back to the dealership is with my humble battery, because the original battery was dead like a freaking duck. And you
Because
know
it
why
was
it was
sub-zero
dead?
temperature. It was sitting there for like in a non-heated garage for a long time. They said that you should spend the money to get the garage heated, so that it's a heated garage. You can't put a
That's
car
right.
this expensive
That's
in a
right. I
non-heated
hope
garage.
people are following this. The car company, this elite luxury car company, said to us that the car was resting for too long, which is why the battery gave up. We didn't turn the car on for long enough.
Or put it
And
in a garage
our
that's heated.
garage was too cold, and the problem was that our garage was not heated enough for the car battery's liking. Does anybody see a problem here? Does anybody besides me
But
see?
Mom, you didn't think to talk to anybody. You just put whatever battery sounded
True.
nice.
Yeah, I just said whatever battery you have, put it in there. But I
And
also
they
said,
did,
This
which also
small
meant that
battery.
Dude, I'll never forget when Dad came out of Mom's closet with a pair of scissors. I was literally 6 years old. I was 6 years old. Dad
Oh
came
my
out
God,
of
I
Mom's
remember
closet.
this.
Dad came out of Mom's closet with a pair of scissors. I was like, Dad, what happened? Like, why do you have those scissors? And he was cutting up Mom's shirt.
because it was a really horrible shirt.
the shirt was fine. There was nothing wrong with the shirt.
And
You
I
are the
was
one
like,
with the
why are
problem.
you cutting her shirt?
Because he has a problem because I wear the same few things over and over.
Not
but that-
anymore. This was much before he
Yeah,
started work.
and that is not a you. That's a you problem, not a me problem. I'm allowed to wear what
What
I
is
want to
this
wear.
type of marriage? You guys are just doing things to each other's stuff. Like, I don't.
No, but one time I did sell your dad's car without telling him.
My
That is
sports
also
car,
true.
yeah.
His
But
sports car. I just
that actually I was thankful for, because it was a stupid sports car, and I was more scared about what am I supposed
If
to
you
do with it.
guys want to hear the story about how I sold my husband's car without telling him, put it in comments. If you guys say you want to hear it, I will do an episode about it, because I'm actually very proud of what I did. But it was a little
course.
sneaky. It was a little sneaky. Not gonna lie. Um, but I did do it, and I did it in the best interest of the family. I have to say that.
I mean,
The
my pet peeve with your mother is that she will spend $10 on something that needs to be spent $1 on, in the sake of doing it perfectly, when there is no perfection to be achieved by that additional. And I mean, as a ratio, she'll spend 10 times the money that needs to be spent on $1 of expense that needs to be made. That's my biggest pet peeve.
I have no idea what he's talking about. Like none whatsoever. He enjoys the fruits of everything I do. He is the first one to enjoy every dinner party I host where I order too much food in his eyes. He's the first one to enjoy all the plans that I make. Last night included, we had this big dinner plan that I made, that I had to fight everybody to bring to the table, and then everybody left saying how much fun they had.
What was the
So,
reason to be ordering all that sparkling water when nobody
see,
was
there you
drinking it?
go.
I was drinking. I finished the
Now
whole bottle.
sparkling water is an issue. What do you prefer? That I just chug alcohol? I don't want to drink. I want to drink sparkling
Why
water.
is it? Hold on. This is
No.
the Disney's one. Why is it either sparkling water or drown yourself in alcohol?
I'm allowed to drink what I
It's
want to
okay.
drink. Why am I not allowed to drink what I
Like,
want to
I
drink?
just imagining you taking a bottle of wine and going,
No,
like, you know what I mean? Like, what's
one
going
time
on?
somebody invited us to their house for dinner. I'll never forget New Year's Eve. Shalab, do you remember in Westport? Somebody invited us, and I took a whole case of Pellegrino.
Oh, yes, they were so
And he
offended.
got so mad at me. No, they were not offended. You were offended. They were like, "Oh, you brought water," and I was like, "Yeah, because I don't want to drink alcohol. Like other people were bringing wine and champagne and all, and I didn't bring one. I bought a whole case of Pellegrino so we could
I mean,
all."
who does that at somebody's
Yeah, that's
home?
kind of
I
disrespectful.
do I do stuff like that all the time. I bring steamed vegetables. People are like, "Oh my god, who invited
Yeah.
her?"
What is wrong
So
with that?
you will not have friends then if you do keep doing that.
I
You already
honestly-
don't have
You
friends.
see,
She
Yeah.
doesn't.
It
have-
hasn't been very effective as a strategy. So.
But I think being able to bring Pellegrino or sparkling water is an amazing thing. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that.
I mean, I wouldn't want somebody to do that to bring to my home. I would rather they just tell me in advance that.
What
please
what
have
would you
sparkling
bring?
water.
Shall answer me this? Okay, you have all these opinions on things you wouldn't do. If somebody invited you to their house to dinner, what would you actually bring, or you would just
A
show?
bottle of wine, like most normal people do.
No.
But that's so boring. You know what I mean? You know what? You know what? My pet peeve. Another pet peeve. My pet peeve with Dad. Like, we're doing against the grain things, you know, just as a family, as a unit, as individuals. It is no longer the time to be like, Zoya, maybe you should just get a corporate job. You know what I mean? I've been wailing my ideas
How
out
about
on the
just
internet.
any job? Maybe any job, given that you're a Stanford graduate. Is that such a?
I am working a job and I'm paying rent on my own out of money I've made. So I don't want to hear it.
Yes. Yes. Yes, sis.
Alright.
Give it to him. Yes.
I mean,
How is it? I just don't understand, Dad, because like this is actually a thing with like just in general, because we have this podcast that is signed with a network that is getting lots and lots of views and comments, and then we're building it, we're working on it. I'm like, okay, I need to do this, that, and the other thing, and you're like, oh, I think you should be in finance and work at like a corporate job.
I
I'm
never
like,
said
wait,
you should be in finance. When did I ever say
But-
that?
but why do you want me to get a job so badly if I'm proving I can make money in other ways?
I never said you. I only asked you to do one corporate internship, which you did, and after
But
that,
you are dissatisfied with my life choices. I know you are dissatisfied. I can
That's
okay,
right.
that's
feel
true.
it.
Zoya,
It
you see how I
oozes.
live with that
It
passive aggression
oozes.
my whole life.
It
I've been living with
oozes.
that
Mom,
passive.
this isn't about you.
Yes.
Stop bringing it
This
to you.
She has
Nothing.
touched
Why
a
are you
nerve.
talking?
She has
This is
touched a
between me
nerve
and
with her
him.
finger. This is what I've been living
Then
with for
why are you
20
bringing
years.
yourself into this?
I
Because
just
you
thought that
see
given
how
the
this-
amazing college degree that you have,
Yeah.
you would choose to do something that was more ambitious. But you've explained to me that what you're
This
already
is
doing
more
is very
ambitious.
ambitious.
Oh my God. This is the more ambitious path.
You know
Are you-
what? Pet
Huh?
peeve. Believe in what we're building, even if it doesn't make sense right now. Literally, every person that came out of Stanford and was building crazy things, you should see some of the stories. We have them all over the halls of our dorms. It's literally like all these very famous DoorDash people. You think his Chinese dad was like, oh, I'm so happy my son is delivering food across from the restaurant to another dorm. That's what that guy did for a year and a half, and he built DoorDash.
Thank you. I'm just
His
so glad
Chinese
you
dad
guys
was
are
probably
seeing
like, go get a job.
what I've been living with. To be an entrepreneur and be married to this guy who doesn't believe in entrepreneurship, that's a whole another episode. This has been a heated, fiery, feisty episode of Pet Peeves with Family. I hope you enjoyed it. I want to hear who you think is right, okay? And you have a hint. You have a hint. The person who is most right, their name starts with a Z and an A. Z and an A. Focus on that. I want to hear what you think about what are your pet peeves in your family. Tell us in comments. As we end every episode with a round of good grades with Garg, so too we're going to end this episode with good grades with Garg, where one Garg gives another Garg an A grade for the winning moment, the iconic moment of the episode. So who wants to go first with good
I'll
grades?
go first. I have to give my A grade. There's only one person that can get this A grade today, and that is Zarna, because the spirit of entrepreneurship that she is incorporated in every one of us by setting that example by leadership, not just by saying it, is worthy of an A grade. Whether I agree or not agree, that is going to serve it, and already has served everyone really, really well.
I'm going to give
I'll
my
go
A grade to
next.
Dad.
I'm accepting that A grade with prejudice. I just want to put that out there. I don't have to accept it without prejudice. It is accepted with a lot of
Dude,
reluctance.
this
and
is why no
prejudice.
one gives you A grades, man.
Because
like,
you can't even
God
take an
forbid
A
he
grade.
gives you an A grade. Like,
But
okay,
oh God. Okay, Zoya, go on to who you want to give A grade to.
I'm giving my A grade to Dad. I thought his story about the battery literally changed my life out of laughter. I just said
That
this
was
to heaven.
so funny.
That was the funniest thing I've ever heard. Like, I just can't believe you did that, Mom. Like, you actually got a mechanic into the car.
Not a
without
mechanic,
telling
triple
anyone.
A. It's like someone you call on roadside when your car is stuck. She called it to
Like,
the home.
It was just, what is
I mean,
going
I
on?
think that the AAA people were
Oh.
shocked that somebody called them home.
The car was dead. What did you want me to do?
Why did you wake me up, by the way, or call me?
Because you will not deal with it. You will be like, the battery is not an Ivy League battery and it's not a fancy European battery. Like, just freaking
I
put a
feel
battery in
like
and get the car
battery.
working already. Okay, who wants to go next?
I'll go next. I'm gonna
Okay.
give my grade to Didi because I thought she had some very strong points at the end and identified some really funny pet peeves in both Mom and Dad and everyone in general. And I'm also gonna give my F grade to Mom because
What?
I came into this episode thinking I have no pet peeves for you, and I've left with 100.
What are you talking about?
This one episode, you have made so. I don't even know. I don't think any one of us had a conversation with each other that Mom didn't either enter or start or end. Every single one she was a part of, and it was about her because of her frustration with life. So that's my.
All right, fine. You
I
guys
wanna
have
give
decided to gang up on me. It's okay.
I want to give my
Oh.
A grade to dad because one of my anti pet peeves, I don't know, whatever it's called. One of the things that you do that I really like is that when you make plans, you make reliable plans that you know will always want to
True.
do and always will be fun,
I
rather
am
than the
dependable. I'm a
most.
leader. I am
Yeah,
like the male alpha of the
Leader.
house. I'm setting examples. I get it. I appreciate it.
I
Thank
will
you.
say, whenever Dad wants to take us to dinner or wherever, like
like we
if
trust
he
you.
says,
Yeah,
like we trust that 100%. Like I will be
Yeah, he
100%
has
confident
He
excellent.
in
He
only
has
that.
makes
excellent taste. He has
he
excellent
only
taste.
makes two plans: early dinner 5 p.m. because intermittent fasting, eating window, blah blah, and movie. That's it. Those are the two plans. I make the most innovative plans
Mom,
for you guys.
why? Why are
Literally,
you doing this
I
again?
make the most
Just
innovative plans in this
I don't
house,
get
and
it.
you give him the A grade for making the most boring, predictable plans on planet Earth.
It was not about you, Mom. It wasn't about you at this point in
sometimes
time.
simple is better. Sometimes.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
all right, Veer.
Besides,
Okay.
when it comes to Baya
Okay.
leaving my room clean, that's the one
Okay.
situation.
All right. I'm giving my A grade to nobody. This whole family deserves a big fat F for being trolls to me today and for thinking that somehow, like, whatever simple is better and blah blah. I'm making life changing events for you guys. The passive aggressive, the aggressive aggressive, the overtly aggressive that I live with is out of control. And I can't wait to hear everybody chime in on this episode and tell who wins your A grade right now, because we are reading. Let me just tell you something about the Gargs. All five of us read every comment like hawks. We want to know who's winning. We are competing constantly. Please bring your friends and family into this chat because we would love to grow our world with you guys. Um this has been an episode. I'm not gonna say a fun episode because I was attacked from all sides, as you saw in real time. But this has been an episode, and I hope it serves you guys well. From everybody in the Garg family, please say bye.
Bye.
Bye.